This is part 2 of May the 13th, 2025. I started another video because now I'm about to, the first one, I was talking about how Annapolis could be, through thoughts, could be definitely a lab experiment. On the first one, as I was exercising, excuse me, this one gonna focus more on my exercising. I'm at Crosswinds Apartments now. Starting to feel now pain in my left knee all of a sudden as I was thinking about jogging. Remember Sheet Dwayne Arrington-Bey in reference to the coronavirus and health, the pandemic. I spoke about in the first video. and Annapolis being a city that could be considered possibly by those of higher thoughts, intelligence, a lab experiment. Okay, someone else just came in. So we got maybe 4 people all together. The next person that just came in is a lady, pale skin as well. Description only. I'm gonna pause for a moment, make sure tablet, because I put the other tablet on the floor. I don't want anyone to step on it. on the hoodie. One thing about lab freaks, they will always try to act like they help you. It's amazing. But they're trying to implement anything but the constitutional laws of this land, anything but natural law. Lab freaks. So that which has been studying possibly Annapolis and identifying Annapolis as a lab experiment, it's amazing. So when my picture was stolen from the hotel and the pages of the Bible was torn out that demonstrated lineage, at the time I was accepting I was among created lab freaks. So if you are in a city where they actually create humanoid AI, other lab freaks or experiments like the Birdman, changing or killing natural birds and replacing them with lab experiment birds. That's one animal. Can you imagine how many animals? The dogs, the cats, other animals that was naturally a certain way, but was killed and transformed. So whoever stole the lineage of the paper, it was a scripture that spoke about a lineage of those of the Bible. They knew that Imani and I are of that lineage. So the communication possibly was, we're going to try to transform her like we did too many in Annapolis. And her son. That's why so many, I'm like, now more pale skins keep saying your son. But they probably transform lab freaks that have been collaborating with the blacks, as they say 3 and imply 33, or some form of Freemason, and doing different forms of blood rituals, murder, and other satanic rituals, stealing money, and so forth, other criminal activity, everything and anything that's outside of natural law, everything and anything that's outside of the constitutional laws of this landmass. So it makes me wonder, can a lab freak be naturalized? If they have cosmically identified that of being some type of lab freak or experiment. When I say they, that which of a higher thought and possibly have been studying Annapolis for a while. And if they see that there is no natural law state of mind in them, and the thoughts have been completely removed, how can they really be naturalized under the true Constitution? And not only that, they see they behaving like an animal, the thoughts of an animal. Possibly. I usually have it on 32, but anyway, 33 is a good number. 33 is a good number for me. It has always been. But lab freaks, they flip everything, just like they try to say they're man, you know. They make everything so negative, which they have a spirit inside of them, which is unclean. So that's what they do. So it's like 33 is a really good number. 3 plus 3 is 6. But a lab freak can use 33 and start doing all types of rituals, sending forth sharp pains, entering the mind. It is truly amazing. So let me see here. I think some of them will be watching your tweet or your communication on your link, Chief Wayne Baffoe, and then they try to piggyback off that, like they know the thoughts of a genius. Like they can conceive the thoughts of high frequency Moors. That's in natural law and have affirmed to uphold constitutional laws. So if you're a lab freak and you really know your place and how all the harm you've done place you in a jurisdiction where you can't comprehend, why should I not be harmful? Why can't I rape? Why can't I molest? What's wrong with that? And you know that there is another society, Moors and non-Moors, who are evolving on a higher thought than you could ever imagine. Either in one of them who doesn't know, come to domicile in your city or in the city, not their city, that is now could be a lab experiment altogether and have been for a while before Imani and I came here. This is where hate, because they already have the spirit of harm and unclean spirits in them, and other forms of behavior come about. And so what a lab freak might try to do is keep implementing lies because they are adept in some ways of the mind, planning thoughts, and then implementing force engagements through frequency of emotions. that is truly it's interesting. Sheet the way back of the day. So anyway, I want to stop and use the restroom. This is 30 minutes again almost.